Let it out. Hey, let it out through the soul. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, hey. Our shades to the ancestors. You say a shade to the ancestors. Hey, blow our shade to the ancestors. We blow our shade to the ancestors. This was for the Most High. Yeah, this was for the Most High. Yeah, stand strong, you don't have to cry. This is for the Most High. Tribe, yeah, we down to ride. Soul Tribe, yeah, we down for life. Yeah, you can catch us by the riverside. Yeah, you can catch us by the riverside. Yeah, and this one for the Soul Tribe. Hey, this one for the Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe, yeah, we down for life. You don't have to cry. Soul Tribe, yeah, we done a ride. And this one for the Soul Tribe. Yeah, this one's for the Soul Tribe. Stand tall, you don't have to cry. Soul Tribe, yeah, we done a ride. Soul Tribe, you gonna be alright. Yeah. And this one for the Soul Tribe. Yeah. This was for the Soul Tribe. We be down by the riverside. We get advice from the water guides. Dry your eyes, you don't have to cry. Yeah. And we do it for the Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe, yeah, we done for life. Yeah, and this one for our Soul Tribe. This was for our Soul Tribe. Tribe, yeah, we gang for life. Tribe, yeah, we gang for life. Yeah, Soul Tribe, yeah, we down to ride. Catch us by the riverside. And this one for the Soul Tribe. Stand strong, you're gonna be alright. Soul Tribe, yeah, we done a ride. And this one for the Soul Tribe. Hey. Yeah. Hey. When I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. And we love you. We trust you. Yeah, we show you gratitude. Yahweh, no one above you. We trust you. Yeah, and everything you do. Yeah, Yahweh, we want to thank you. We trust you. Yeah, and we love you. Go. Yeah. When we wake up in the morning, joy comes in the morning. When we wake up in the morning, joy comes in the morning. Yeah. Then you be like, it's alright. It's okay. Yeah, we seeing better days. Hey. It's alright. It's okay. Yeah, we seeing better days. And we back for everything. We back for everything. Hey. We about to tap into your energy. Tap into your energy. We about to tap into your energy. It's alright. It's okay. Yeah, we seeing better days. It's alright. It's okay. Yeah, we seeing better days. Yeah. And we back for everything. We back for everything. We back for everything. Hey.
That make the devil mad.
Hey. We slaying demons with gratitude. Demons with gratitude. We slaying demons with gratitude.
I said, oh, we get the devil mad.
Hey, yeah. Let's get the devil mad. Hey. Let's get the devil mad. Hey. 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 Let's get the devil mad. Hey. Can't stand it. Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well, in positive energy, attracting the life you desire because you deserve it. Okay, we're coming through with another live reading for you guys. Take the message how it resonates in your life and tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget, if you love the video, to run your girl and your boy up with some hearts.
Run them up,
It
run them
doesn't
up,
cost
run them
you
up, run them
anything.
up, run them up.
Okay, all praise to the Most High God. Okay, and ashe to the ancestors. We send you love.
God bless everyone. I pray everyone is in good spirits and in with good spirits. And pretty much let the cards do the talking.
We're going to let the cards talk.
my sleep state was crazy, and it's been a certain stage of grief playing out in my life. You know, I lost my mom and my brother within these past couple of years. So maybe you could be feeling a sense of loss as well. And sometimes I'm in denial about it. Like, I try to keep on moving, but sometimes you just gotta stop, relax. Like for me, I try to get outdoors, and you know, I try to get somewhere, put my feet down, say a prayer. You know, just try to avert the confusion. So.
And you know, grief doesn't have a time limit.
Yeah,
you know,
she was
so,
showing me that earlier, telling me about that earlier.
You know,
like,
so I want you guys to know, you know, because I feel like it's a grieving energy around. So I want all of you guys to know that, you know, grief is something that doesn't have a time limit. So no one can tell you how long grief will last, or, you know, when you will have moments that come up, you know. But it's great when you're able to acknowledge the grief. You know, when you're able to stand there and acknowledge it, it helps you get through it. You know, trying to cover it up, you know, you don't have assistance if you try to cover it. So, you know, use your resources that are available to you. It's okay, you know. Grief is a thing that it happens. We don't know when it's gonna come. It comes and it goes, and you have every right to feel how you feel, and it's okay, you know, to have your moments. We're human, right? Of course, God made us overcomers. We're strong. We're warriors. But at the same time, God also made us as people of compassion, of empathy, of feel. We can feel things, right? So we have our times. So don't feel like, you know, you've been grieving too long, or, you know, whatever it is. That's a thing that, you know, only the divine can get you through. So prayer, okay? A lot of prayer is mandatory right now, right? Prayer is very mandatory. It's also time for you guys to really pay attention to when we speak about mindfulness. You know, sometimes we move throughout the day so much. We have such a trained schedule that we forget to take time for self. So it's very important to find out where your mind is sometimes during the day. You can go throughout the day and get to doing things, and you haven't checked in with self. You might checked in with the kids, the husband, the wife, the job, whoever, but you know, have you checked in with God? Have you checked in with yourself? Do you know how you feel? Because sometimes we don't even realize how we feel, and then it comes out, right? So it's okay to have different emotions, but remember that emotions are literally energy in motion. They change constantly, right? So when you find yourself in a moment, you know, it's okay. Go back to another thought, right? Think about something good about those people. You know, think about the strength that they left you. Think about, you know, the good times that you had. Think about what you're doing right now to make them proud. Because a lot of you guys aren't even giving yourself credit for the things that you're doing. Like, a lot of you guys, you need to simmer down a little bit, right? And take a time to give yourself some grace, right? It's time to give yourself some grace. A lot of you guys are so hard on yourself because of where you're going in life, but you have to be able to give yourself the same grace that you give others. Okay? So,
try to make sure when you're dealing with grief, try to make sure you're around somebody that understands what you're going through, because when you dealing with grief, sometimes, I know for me, it's hard to even process what it is that's affecting you. It's like, so a person can ask you, like in my life, for instance, I have a person that understands, even to a certain extent, right? But a lot of people won't understand because you may not understand.
And
right?
even I don't even think I can fully comprehend because I haven't been through what you've been through, right?
For me, it's like I lost my train of thought. For me, it's like I have a tendency to think that I got over things, right? Like I just lost my brother like not even 2 months ago, and I lost my mother last year, you know, a year before last, and when I go through things, y'all, sometimes I'm not even aware that it's grief that I'm feeling. Like I'll feel a certain, I'll know it's not depression because, you know, I know what that feels like. So it's not that, right? I know I'm not affected by the demonic because I stay in contact with my higher powers. So sometimes I'll move like when I feel like that. She'll tell you I'll move outside. I'll just go outside, find somewhere to sit down or find somewhere to process it. But up until honestly this morning, I really didn't realize it was grief until I seen another person have an exchange with their mother, and then it dawned on me like I feel my mother's presence so much that I forget that I miss her here on the 3D, like the kind of work I do. So as always, that's why a lot of people think people who spirit mediums don't have a certain amount of feeling. We do. It's strong. It's like, but sometimes the reality of it, right? It can grieve you. Like, I mean, it does me. Like the loss. I look at law process, transition altogether different now, right? But still, like it still brings on a certain amount of grief, and it took for me to process it. Like, oh, this is what's wrong. Like, I'm really missing my mother. I'm really missing my brother. Like, I'm missing him. I just recently went through it. So just try to give yourself some time. Like, get outside and try to, it helps me. I get outside in nature, and it helps me at least stay balanced, right? Because grief, like, you can go through any 7 stages at any given time, and that's the crazy thing about grief, like, and also it says, the more I know also grieves me, Speaking about Jesus of Nazareth, right? It says that he was a man of sorrows that was acquainted with grief, right? And I feel like if you really, for my masculines, if you learning and you growing, it comes along with grief as well. Like, you be grieving the state of the world. Like, when I hear about all of these things that's happening with children out here, it grieves me. Like when I heard what that boy just said about what he was doing in his childhood, that grieved me. Like, a lot of people cry. I was like, damn, that's grievous, right? It's so that also could be planned too as a part of your ascension, the overall grief of just learning and knowing, right? That's why I'm really understanding why I said that Jesus was a man of many sorrows, acquainted with grief. I couldn't comprehend it at one time, but now I really see it, right? So just know I do come along with it. So we're gonna shift into something else. She got this clarifying life situations. Get to the oracles. I'm gonna just hang by a little bit. Might clarify something if I see something.
Let's see what the energy is. Yeah, certain things will definitely trigger you, especially when you never know what, like with grief is, like you said, it's not until things come up, right? So certain situations, like me, I even grieve in a, sometimes I cry tears of joy. My grandmother put a lot into me, and as I watch me become everything she desired for me to be and that I desired to be myself, it also makes me cry, right? Because she's gone, and I was like, somebody, she made me the woman that I am. My strength comes from her. She was the strength that I know. And, it brings tears to my eyes that she can't physically see that, I'm finally listening, like I got it together, It brings tears to my eyes, but I know that she is here. Her energy is still here, and, her presence is around, and it feels good. So, just know that everything you're doing, it's being seen, and they feel it, and they're here with us.
I'm ready to go get them real quick. Hold up.
And oh yeah.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
We need the energy.
I
just shed a tear.
Go get the old ladies.
You heard me. That's the energy this morning. Sometimes it be like that, y'all. Grief comes. But I'm glad that, I'm at an age where I'm mature enough to be able to do exactly what she wanted me to do, speak things that are right, speak things that are truth, and there they go.
There they go.
There they go. Now we better.
Okay.
Okay,
now we talking.
You got it. Hold on, let me help you out.
I got it.
It's on a stick.
Yeah, give me that one right there. That log right there.
This one?
Yep. In the middle, in the front. Give me another one.
Come over here.
Grab one out the basket. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, it's on an angle.
Now give me another.
There we go.
You know.
Now the energy gonna be better. We gonna have big monsters.
Give me one like that.
We're on an angle.
Hey, mamas.
There we go. We just brought them on set. So we can feel the energies.
Okay.
See? That's what we've been missing, ain't it? Our soul box.
That's a soul box, y'all.
We've been missing
Oh,
that.
they be having messages in there sometimes.
I
Let's
think it's
see.
one in there.
Is it a message in there?
You gotta turn the thing, baby.
Oh.
Oh, we might have got them all out.
We ain't
We
got a
gotta fill
quarter.
them up. We ain't
There's
got no
one in
quarter.
there.
Oh,
We got one, but we ain't got a quarter.
we need a quarter.
We need a quarter to get in there. They be-
Oh, dog it. All right, let's see.
Okay, so we got
The ancestors
the
popping
girls
out.
out here with us.
There we go. Now we get the energy right. All right.
All right.
Seed of potential. Okay. A lot of you guys are growing gardens right now. We just started ours. We just started our hood garden.
Yeah, we got some radishes.
And we got some radishes, and I think they're like sprouting. So you could have just literally been planting some seeds, and they could be sprouting right now. This is exactly how ours look. I wish I could show you. Look, babe.
Oh yeah, ours is
This
at
is the
that
stage. We're
right
at this
there.
stage right here. That's crazy. Plant the seeds of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with your attention and care. So Spirit is saying, pay attention to the things you're planting. Okay, don't just plant things and leave them there. Make sure you're loving on them. You're giving them care. Okay, whatever seeds. Now I'm not just talking about regular plants. I'm talking about any seeds that you're planting in your life. Make sure everything that you do it with care, and you pay attention. Pay attention to the details.
That's right.
Okay.
That's crazy. I have adaptability and then I have passion. So Spirit speaking of adaptable passion, and I feel like it's kind of fitting for the time that we living in. Mm-hmm. Adaptable passion, like it's kind of like adjusting yourself, or being adaptable with your passion, like being aware of the times we living in, not running reckless. That's adaptability, right? Somebody who ascend into the consciousness of yourself, because I know a lot of us was running around unconscious at once. I was. I'm sure many connected to us was too. So adaptable passion speaks about you being aware of the time, knowing what to do, what not to do, knowing how to protect yourself and guard yourself. The dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It is also a symbol of passion and fire. You are being asked to practice self-control and be cautious so that your passion does not lead you into trouble. And that's just what I was saying, right? Practicing self-control. I felt that, right? Adaptable passion, which is good for somebody,
I love that. So I got Soul Whispers, and it says, look beyond the words and hear what is really being said. Okay? So this is speaking about everything we talk about every day. We're looking beyond the surface. We're not looking with these two eyes. These two eyes have tricked us long enough. We're looking through our ajna chakra, our third eye chakra. See, our eyes, our two eyes right here have fooled us into things so many times that we can't trust them, right? So we have to rely on our crown chakra and our ajna chakra. Higher thinking, higher wisdom, right? So it says, what's really being said right now. Look beyond the words and hear what is really being said. You know, people are going to tell you exactly who they are, right? If you just listen, right? You'll be able to see exactly who people are. Soul whispers. We also got not afraid of hardships coming out for you. So someone could be going through the fire right now. Okay? You could be going through the ringer, the fire, right? But it says that you're not afraid of hardships anymore. See, you've lost it all before. I mean, you lost it all before several times.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a time in my life where that wouldn't be funny. But I look at it now like it's funny because once you got it, once you already had it before and you lose it,
you get it back.
And then it'd be funny because you about to watch everybody be who you really, they gonna have to watch who you really is, who you really always been, in spite of everything you went through. That's what the comeback looked like.
That's real. You know, it's crazy. You know, when you are a person that's not even afraid of hardships anymore, do you know how dangerous you are? You know, you are a person that is dangerous because that means that, and I'm not talking about like you don't need any weapons or anything. That's a person with faith. That's a dangerous person. Nothing can stop that person. Okay? That means that this is a person that's truly in their faith. When you lose it all, I'm talking about you ever lost it all? Because I lost it all. I'm talking about I have lost it all, right? Yeah. And I have got it all back. Yeah. You heard me. Times 10.
Time again.
Maybe even times 20. That's what God does. God will give you everything back that you thought you lost, plus more. I got better. I mean, whatever I got was better, you know?
Somebody's supposed to type in that resonates.
You know?
Somebody it should be a bunch of that resonates right now.
You know?
Because I feel like that was big collective energy.
You know? It's like, that's real. It says, confront challenges with courage, for they are stepping stones to growth and wisdom. And that's what you've been doing. Literally, you know, you've been building yourself little by little to get exactly where you're supposed to go. See, it ain't about the destination. It's the journey. You're enjoying the journey of life, the cycle of life, the circle of life. This is what you're doing. And now you're back because you are supposed to restore the circle. Right, you're here for humanity. Nobody can get rid of you. You know who you are. You know what time it is. You know what it's time to do. Let's go. Right? Someone's not afraid to lose. I feel like right now is the perfect time to take a healthy risk. What do you have to lose? You done lost it all before.
I ain't gonna lie.
Do it.
I ain't gonna lie. It's a point where I lost it all, right? And I literally lost it all. And God was like, I lost everything, right?
Okay.
That's what I think in my mind.
That's
I'm like, I lost everything, right? And then God be like, now look around you, right? And see how much you didn't need, right? And then see how much you took for granted. So when you lose it all, you start finding things about yourself. Like, because when you look around in the pieces, it's like, oh damn, I need that, all right? And then you put yourself back together, right? But it's all through God's grace. It's always that bottom. You got to. You really gotta hit that place in order for you to get the right type of strength, Spirit says. Like, because people who haven't hit that place, they have a strength, but it's not the right type of particular strength that's gonna get you there. Like you gotta lose it.
A person that has been through nothing could never walk in the shoes of a person that has been through something. Hello? Like, you gotta go through things to know some things. And, you know, you guys have been through some things here. I'm talking about the fire, the mud, you know. There are some people that you won't supposed to be here right now at this moment, and you're here.
and seeing every day just while you was at that bottom.
You know?
Right? And if you at the bottom right now, you know what a wise man told me? And I took it. It resonated with me when I finally got to the bottom. He said, when you all the way at the bottom, the only thing you can do is look up.
And right? You know what I was told?
And he was like, you can see up. You know, he was like, when you at the bottom on the ground looking up, you can clearly see everything because you right at that bottom level. So you could easily see your way back up, right? And it resonated because in my getting up processes, it was like, I would see people, right? I would see people who was down. I mean, I would see people who was up that watched me go down, and then I would come up and I would look at them and be like, I got up. Not only did I get up, I'm where they at. I got up a minute ago and I'm already where they at already. And then God is able to take you further. Why? Because you got that different kind of strength at the bottom. People who never hit the bottom yet, they in for a rude awakening, because I'm going to tell you, all God's ordained got to hit the bottom. Even Jesus had to go down before he went up.
Okay.
When he transitioned out the body, the Bible ain't say he went straight up. He went down first to get some keys, to get some victories, right? So, like,
when you're at the bottom, all you can do literally is go up. You can't go lower. You know, when you're at the bottom and you ain't got shit, you can't go any lower. So the only thing you can do is rise above, rise up, get up, move up, right? So that's the only option. And some of you guys are literally starting all over again. Oh, well, it's all right. You did it before. You can do it again. Stop worrying about the things that you had to, because someone's house literally could have caught on fire. Someone could have had a house fire and lost everything, literally. Okay? I'm saying something like that. Something caught on fire. Okay? And someone could have lost it all here. Right? We got on your way. It's time to make some alone time. It's time to take some alone time or be single to get a new perspective. So there's someone and you ain't getting enough time alone. Or, you know, maybe you're jumping in relationship to relationship and you don't even know self. And I've been there before. That's why don't crucify Auntie. I'm just telling you something I've gone through before, right? See, sometimes we don't give ourselves enough time to even figure out who we are. And so we get into relationships with the same spirit because you don't know who you truly are, right? So you figure, you go through life and you're like, well, why is everybody the same? Why do I keep attracting the same people? Well, because you ain't fixed yourself yet. The only way to get the person that you truly desire is to fix yourself. Because another divine being, man or woman, they ain't going to want you broke up either, right? Unless you're going to come together and fix each other together, you know, because you can come together with somebody that's, you know, halfway broken and you halfway broken and you guys really have the desire to be right. And guess what? God will link you up and fix you and make you whole, right? But there's someone else, and I don't know, you need a whole new perspective on the way you're thinking about things, you know? The way...
Sometimes, you know, alone time, because some of y'all, you know, you are in relationships and, you know, you are in maybe marriages, but alone time, it still means finding, like, even if it's find another room or find a space or just find somewhere where you can develop, because if you don't find that, you're gonna get to a place where you're going, even the closest person that love you the most, if they can't, if either one of y'all don't have no alone time to develop, it's gonna get chaotic, right? Like, say us, for instance, she'll take and go and study and do whatever she want. I'll go and do whatever I want. I mean, we old, y'all, so we don't really do much, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we got alone time. Like, we not, it's like she get her download, I get my download.
Come together.
We come together. That's about life. And that's what helps. It helps the balance. But if she was to go out masculine, all right, this is my masculine spirit say. So if she go out and I'm like, where you going at? Or what you doing? Right? What that's gonna breed is gonna breed contempt. That's because it's contemptuous behavior. Sometimes we don't get it as masculines. I know a lot of us don't. But it's a polite way you do that, right? It's because the expression of where you going, what you doing, or what's that, it's offensive because a lot of feminines been abused with that expression the whole way through. It was the guy that said where you going, what you doing, and all that shit that got them like that. So for my masculines, right? Because a lot of the masculines that I feel in the energy, they not trying to be that way. It's just that we don't nobody tell us, so we don't really know no better. We'll just run in, like, right? And then it's like, even for my divine feminine, and when you're dealing with the masculine, sometimes you gotta realize like, we had to come to an understanding where sometimes she gotta be like, all right, that nigga need to go over there and lick his wounds. All right, I'm gonna go ahead this way. You can't go to a man and be like, well, what's wrong? Well, what's wrong? Because a lot of times he don't know what's wrong right then and there.
Yeah,
he
right.
gotta go sort out
Process
and then tell you, okay, this is what's wrong, because we spirit being, we spiritual being. And I know a lot of time
we become spiritual bullies sometimes.
In a
By
way,
mistake.
lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, and that's why it's important to be evenly yoked, so that you can go through things and be tough enough to withstand them. Right? I'm talking about, you can go through heated disagreements, but if you got God in there, right? You got
have limits.
Yeah, you gonna say, well, I ain't gonna disrespect you to this point, because I ain't gonna play around with God. I ain't gonna play around with your ancestors, even though who you think you is still at this. You know, it might be like that. Like, look, I don't know who you think you is. Right? Get yourself together. But it's gonna be that point, that medium. It's not gonna be no flying out the handle, spontaneous cracking of the heads and all of that. Like,
TVs off the walls.
It doesn't become that when you get evenly yoked, right? Boom. So have time, like I say, feminine. If he going through something, he alright. Push him away to a place by himself. Stop thinking that you need to grab him and cradle him, and you gonna make somebody crazy like that. If he's strong, think about it. You strong. Why would God put you with a weak man?
Right.
In his moment of weakness, your strength can't. Your strength, you can console him, but that man need God's strength. So you should be pushing him. Look, once you go outside and get yourself, she say that a lot of times.
Go outside, or I go make a prayer. I'm gonna go pray. When I see the energy off, you know what? I'm gonna go send a prayer up, and every time I send that prayer up, the energy gonna shift, and it does every time.
It do,
you know?
because I'm connected,
He's
and
connected,
she connected
right?
with Source. I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when we first,
vice versa. When my energy get crazy, he's like, you better go pray or something.
I'm gonna tell
you better
y'all,
go pray or something.
I'm gonna take a page out of our book that's so funny to me. I remember I was telling her about, you know, ancestors when we first met, right? I was like, you know what I'm saying? I knew a little bit about my ancestral, right? Boom. So she knew hers. But I tell her, let's do the ancestral.com. Come back what we already knew.
Yeah, we
right?
already knew.
So once she really got knowledge of who her ancestors was and began to tap in with them, first of all, our ancestors used to have to figure it out, because I could really feel them telling her ancestors, look, y'all get y'all girl, get y'all baby, like, in the same way with her, like shit, and I would feel it, right? Cause her ancestors, they big, like they big, and you know how they talk about them big energies in the soul realm, like big, like I'm talking about like Auntie or Anubis and all these kind of people. Well, she got big old ancestors, like, you know what I'm saying, like the ones in Benin, you know, so
the homie.
They used to come through and be like,
the homie tribe.
We'll argue sometime, right? And I'll be like, cause I'm crazy as hell. So we used to get into arguments when we was letting go of our vices. We used to, she'd be lit, I'll be lit, and we'll be arguing, right? And I'll go overboard, right? And then I feel it, and I go outside, right? And they'd sit down with me. I'll go outside, because we was spiritually lit, because we was ascending, right? We was working on this thing. Y'all would go out on the porch. The winter blow so hard the trees be bending. I'll be like, all right. So let's reason this out. Then here go my ancestors like, nah,
Over there,
and she'd come and be like, all right, we need to sit down and talk, and we gotta work this out, right? And it's that real, like when you find that kind of, and you see them both sitting right there. These the recent ones, right? So, you know, it was it's all good. Like, you know, take your spirituality, sir. I know y'all think, a lot of people think we just telling stories.
Nah, this be real life.
No, this is reality. This is reality. Should be all of our reality, right?
Worth the effort. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead to rewarding discoveries. Then that's what's happening here. Okay? You are, being rewarded for your work, for your effort, for the time spent, for your ability to keep going, for your resilience, for, your willpower, for taking your free will and doing the right thing, for taking the long way when everyone else was taking the shortcut, when everybody else was in the scams and the schemes and the money was looking good with all of, when everybody was getting that money, when everybody was getting that money, you decided, I'm not going to take this way, and everybody like, you stupid. No, you weren't stupid. See, people think that just because you don't get caught in the earth, in the 3D, God is still watching. When we chase things like that, they go very, very quickly. But see, the things that you're building is for generations to come, It's like, you're doing things not for yourself, but for the generations behind you. And that's why God is going to make sure that you have longevity. Okay? Worth the effort here. Okay? I love this. It says slow climb. You're getting there one step at a time with a little bit of effort. This is like the Knight of Pentacles kind of energy. He's moving slow, but he's getting there. It takes time. Nothing was built overnight. Nothing. Right? So it's like, I don't know. You're taking, one day at a time. There's someone you're learning to live in the moment. Okay? You're enjoying the happy moments that God sends you. You know how evil the devil is? This is how evil the devil is. God will send in something good for us, a good moment, a good time, and we focus on that thing for 1 minute, and then the devil has us worried about everything else that's to come. We don't even get to enjoy the thing that God gave us the blessing on, right? We get so caught up in what's going to come after the blessing that we can't enjoy the moment right there when God is giving you time of celebration. Because I'm hearing someone, you should be celebrating yourself right now.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, right? Kudos to you for not giving up when everybody else did. Kudos to you for not letting yourself down. Kudos to you for going when everybody else gave up on you, right? Kudos to you for putting yourself in recovery, because you just know that without recovery, you couldn't get where you are today. Kudos to you, right? For being okay with putting your problems on display and everyone else talking about you because they hide theirs. Kudos to you, right? Because there's someone and you need a pat on the back, and I'm here to give it to you, right? Kudos to you for, holding it down, right? While everybody else laughed at you instead of offering you help when they had the help to give to you. Kudos to you for believing that God will still come through. Kudos to you today.
Hey.
Yeah. Right?
Hey.
Someone needs to give themselves a pat on the back for real. Like, stop worrying about everything that you don't have and give yourself a pat on the back for everything that you overcame, everything that you've been getting through. Right? All those times you could have unalived yourself, right? Because someone thought about taking some pills. They thought that would just be easier than, being here, right? But there's someone that overcame that because God was with you in that time, Like he is time after time after time, right? There's someone, and, kudos to you for, giving up some of your promiscuous behavior because you weren't taught that your body was your temple, so you didn't know, So you did what you had to do for money, right? Because that's how you had to feed yourself. That's how you had to clothe yourself. So kudos to you for overcoming all of these things that you had to overcome. Because nobody else going to tell you, but I will, right? But just remember that, we don't do things for the applause of people. See, God knows everything that you've been doing behind the scenes to keep it together. So kudos to you.
You heard me. That was powerful, and I'm gonna stay right here for a second because I see a slow climber, right? Somebody's life been a slow climb, and you know what I love about a slow climb, right? Look at this guy on the mountain. Let me show you this picture. Look at that. Get that in your mind, right? Now let's talk about a slow climber, right? Because you got a fast climber and you got a slow climber, right?
Come on now.
Our fast climber is always going to have that horrible descent, right? And the higher up you go fast, the harder you fall down. But the slow climber is oftentimes the person that got a time to go through levels and take notes. You went up, you learned, trial and error, you failed, you fell, but then God brought you up. So now you find yourself at the level where you at now. It's been a slow climb. I know for me, I mean, it's been a lifetime journey for me.
You heard me.
But I'm still here.
That's
I'm
right.
thriving. I'm still healthy.
That's right.
Future looking brighter than ever.
You heard
right?
me.
So
Woo.
that's a slow climber right there. Real slow, right? But it's real easy, real good, right? Because you know why? All along the way, it been forces that sustain you, right? And you could have been tapped into them. We all could have, but we just didn't.
Slow and
So
steady.
the lessons was learned. Like, look at that big old falcon.
Look, slow and
It's
steady
a
wins the
falcon
race.
right there.
It is too.
He
This one.
gliding too.
Woo.
He's a big old falcon that just glid out.
Confirmation.
Big confirmation.
Okay.
Right? And down here we got opportunities will come to you, right? Through reflection and self-love. The fox, opportunities. You know, I like the fox, right? You know why I like the fox? In Chinese folklore, I believe it's China or somewhere in Asia, but I believe it's China. The fox is an animal that went into heaven, right, and stole chi from heaven and brought it back to humans because humans didn't have the chi. It's an Asian parable. I believe it's China. And because of this, it's been said about the fox that the fox lives in a hole in the earth, a simple hole, but it's a portal to heaven. And you know how you rarely see a fox. A fox have all of these one unique capability of the fox, which is good. This should resonate.
The vibration.
Right. You notice if you ever notice, you don't see a lot of foxes on the roadkill tip, right? No matter where you at, you might see a few every now and then, but the reason why, right? When foxes travel across open roads or they come out in environments, they put their feet on the ground and study the vibration of what's coming first. It increases their chances of not becoming roadkill, right? And a lot of us are like that. It's like, how many times have you lived your life just testing the vibration, right? That's God's grace in you. It's like, I know for me, it's been playing. I ain't gonna go out there today, and then boom, this happened. I ain't gonna make that left, and then disaster laid around the corner, right? A series of signs and wonders they follow true believers, like the ones that's really chosen. When you look back in life, signs and wonders, plenty of them, signs and wonders, right? But nevertheless, Spirit says, opportunities, they will present themselves when you reflect and show yourself love. Reflect, reflection, it do prevent you from getting, when you reflect properly, it can stop you from running right into the same issue over and over again. When God gives you that abundance in your mind, that comprehension come, that's when reflection is key. Because them spirits that show up, they always been there. So now we know how I see them through reflection. Oh, you a whole demon. I know you, right? That's how I be with me sometimes. Like now with people when they come, I be like, oh, this the demon. I know what demon this is. I studied this one. This one been around my life for a long time.
Now you know how to
Now I know who you is. Now you can't. Why? Through reflection and self-love.
That's so real.
Right? Show yourself love. One thing about showing yourself love, it keep the abundance of God all about you, right? And people hate it. If you ever notice, thank you, Lord. Your spiritual enemies hate your self-love. Your spellcasters, they hate your self-love. Your hexers, they hate your self-love because your self-love, it's send a powerful vibration the other way.
That's right.
Self-love, that's why they look and wait to see So show yourself love, right?
That's so real, because we speak about this on here all the time. Evil is lazy. Evil wants us to self-sabotage. So if you don't show yourself the love, evil comes in. You start doubting yourself. You pick the bad habits back up. You stop believing. Your faith goes down again. You find yourself in the same cycle over and over again. So it's so important what you're saying.
No doubt.
No
doubt.
Very good. Okay. We got learning secrets coming out for you. I'm just flipping the cards around. They have 2 things on each. So I was like, let's read all of this. I love it. Learning secrets. It says, stay open-minded and receptive as you uncover hidden truths and embrace the lessons they offer. Okay. So, I love this energy. You're being more optimistic instead of pessimistic, right? I feel like right now, there's a lot of things being revealed to you. And some things you're not even asking for answers. But, the work that you don't understand. Like the work that you do out here is opening portals for you to be able to see different things. God is He's giving you revelations because of the work that you are doing. That's why you're able to see people for who they are. You're able to see situations for what they are. And you're able to get yourself out of situations because you're able to use your ajna, your third eye chakra, right? Things on the surface don't impress you anymore, right? It doesn't matter what designer this person has on. You want to know, can someone get out there and grow some crops so you guys can live old together, right? That's I'm hearing someone like, I don't care about all that, can you teach me how to raise a farm up, so we can have farm animals so the children will always have this, right? It's like, you guys want so much more for yourself nowadays, and I love this for you. There's someone, and you guys are learning boundaries, spiritual boundaries, right? It doesn't mean we have to treat people disrespectful, right? Archangel Michael, he didn't even condemn the devil, right? See, he just said, God rebuke you. He didn't curse him out. He didn't have to get his point across. He didn't have to prove anything. God rebuke you, right? And this is what you're learning. You're learning that you don't have to waste your energy or time on foolish things, right? Because Proverbs tells us that, foolish people will always be foolish because they don't want to learn anything, right? So you're learning to keep your energy to yourself when, in places where it doesn't belong, And I love this for you because we got spiritual retreat here. It says, seek solitude to reconnect with your inner wisdom and emerge rejuvenated, So you're going in, right? You're learning that you go in so that you don't go without, right? One of my favorite readers says that, you always go within so that you never have to go without, right? Because we always teach about if you don't truly love who you are as a person, you won't love anyone. You'll always be jealous of other people. You'll always think someone's cheating on you, trying to steal from you, trying to rob you. Until you truly love who you are and you're confident in you. And then after that, it doesn't matter because, everything that people do, you let God deal with that, right? When you have a relationship with God, you let people do them. God will reveal everything. And whatever's not supposed to be around you will be removed. And you ain't losing out on anything, right? So, hey, yeah, we on a spiritual retreat. Hey, yeah, we on a spiritual retreat. Yeah, and we getting it together. Yeah, we're on a spiritual retreat. Yeah, and we getting it together. Yeah, yeah, we back and better. Yeah, yeah. We can do this together. Yeah. Forever and ever. I like this energy for you. Right? So let's see. It says answers unfold. Keep your mind open and be willing to learn from this experience. But I'm going to change it around and I'm going to say be willing to learn from every experience. See, everything that you go through, it's not by chance. It's because you need to go through this. Sometimes you need hard lessons to know who you are. Sometimes if you didn't have some of those hard lessons, you would not know who you are, right? So understand that, you have to learn from every experience. God is always there with you through everything that you go through, even some of the hardest things you can't even imagine, right? You had to go through some of these things because there's people that will come behind you and you need to be able to help them, right? It's like, yeah, this message might resonate. Yeah, this message might resonate. Yeah, this message might resonate. Okay? Yeah. It's like, we got to make change here. It says embrace growth, seek new paths, and welcome transformations with an open heart. Be open to receive. Go around with your arms open. Some of you guys, you're not used to being able to get anything because nobody ever gave you anything. You always got it out the mud. Nobody handed you anything. So you don't know how to receive. Well, God says you better learn how to receive because help is here for you, right? The ancestors are here. You're building soul tribes. You're coming in contact with people that really do know what love is. Imagine God sending you people that can give you love, right? And they don't have to be your family. They could just give you love through the words they say with their heart, through your heart, right? Whatever it is, it's time to make a change and embrace this growth, okay? It's like, seek new paths, welcome transformation, and allow yourself to be open to receiving. Some of you guys, you really just don't know how to receive. You don't know when true love is in your face or not. But God says be open to receiving, right? Stop thinking that everybody is wanting to scam and scheme you. You got a lot of those people out your life. You left a lot of those people already. God already removed a lot of those people. Now he's sending people in that are worthy, trustworthy. Now he's sending in people that's going to give you a word that's going to mean something to you. He's taking away those people that stole from you and replacing them with better people. You think God going to remove all of the negativity out your life and not replace it with better? Why not? Are you putting in the work? Because if you're putting in the work, then I know he will. Okay?
So when I was drumming, I was catching a download, right? And it's serious, real soulless stuff. She was speaking about the body of Moses and Archangel Michael and how he argued with the devil and he didn't even do anything. Like he it was Moses' body and the devil felt as though he had claims to it because it's of the world, it's of the material world. So the devil was like, Moses basically at the end fell short in his body. He couldn't go into Canaan. He was on the other side. He was on the other side of paradise.
Right.
So the devil wanted to claim him over that issue, like, boom. But you know what Archangel Michael said? God rebuked you and just took the body.
And out of there.
But that's the same thing with us, y'all. Like a lot of us, right? It's devils in your life and they felt like they had you. Like the devil felt like your soul belonged to the devil. The devil's in your life, the devil of your perception. But the evil, it felt as though you belong to it. And in the matter of certain people's lives, chosen one, God didn't fight the devil. Archangel Michael not fighting. It's a word over your life. He used a word. He said, God rebuke you.
God rebuke you.
Right? That's the Most High.
Took the body and got out
That's
of
a power that was over Archangel. Archangel Michael had the power to do what he wanted to the devil. He threw him out of heaven. But in this case, he couldn't fight that. He could not fight the devil over because that was the devil's rightful claim. You understand? Like you was the devil's rightful claim. But the grace of God. That's the only thing that saved you, right? Because Michael could not have took Moses from the devil.
Right.
Not by law. Moses' body was of the third dimension. The devil was like, I want that.
Yeah, that's mine.
Ain't no soul in there. I want that. I want that as a souvenir. And Michael was like, God rebuke you. Not me, God rebuke you. God said not this one.
Not this one.
Right? So that's the same way. And you done all the stuff. They done said you done a lot of stuff that you did do. Right? Probably came and you was dark.
They added a little extras.
Yeah, they might have added extras, and then
sprinkles.
it's things that you hid that you ain't never. You know how we got stuff. But it don't matter with all that earthly junk that happened. God said, I rebuke you in your life. To the forces that wanted to take you, God said, I rebuke you. It's beyond their comprehension. They done weighed it up in their spell book like, well, they deserve everything I sent. Why is this not working? They did
They calling
do this.
the higher ups. Excuse me.
But they don't
why is the spell not working?
They don't realize that God rebuked them. Like, you gotta realize that because somebody, you don't realize, the devil had, we belong to him. Like, everything that's why the spell, you remember, I'm saying in our lives, right? You remember when the spell work was working in your life, and you ain't know what the hell was going on, and you was going crazy, and you was in a bottle or a jar somewhere or in a freezer somewhere, and everything was just crazy, right? But see, and at that time, the devil in people and in spirit was looking like, celebrate. We gonna celebrate.
Hey, you see what's going on over there?
But let me tell you something though.
Yeah, them spirits working.
But guess what though? We in the Bible real strong. I want to stay there for a minute. They did the same thing when Jesus first transitioned. They was celebrating down in hell like, oh, we got one. That's what the devil don't know about God's word over people's life.
Hello.
Like, so what happened was they celebrated because it was working at one time. Everything that they sent at you, it worked. It laid hold to you because God had to do it like he did with Job. Remember, he got the stuff lay hold of Job. Job had to feel that.
He took the
he had to feel it.
Took the hedge away from him, right? And allow him to endure everything that the devil had him going through, right? But he was still protected. You know, he had to know that in his mind that he was still protected. Same thing with us. That was good.
Yeah, gotta know that, right? God sent a rebuking word over your existence. You meant to do something. So step in your purpose, right? Yeah, Bible speak about predestination. Step into your predestinated energy. Like, you gotta,
Okay.
That was real serious, though.
Yeah, because someone like, I ain't answering no more. Okay, devil? No, you can't. No.
It should be enough. It should be scary. I ain't gonna lie. It should feel good and right. But it's scary for me to know that the devil really had rights to me. He had the rights on my soul.
Yeah.
The devil had all the rights to my soul until Archangel Michael came in and told the devil, God rebuked you.
Woo.
Ease back.
You heard me.
What he tell him? Ease back.
Archangel Michael to the rescue.
He said, ease back. Enough men I die like that. Right?
Enough men I die like that.
Enough men I die like that.
You heard me.
That's how your spirit team move about it, right? That's good business, right? You
heard me. Okay? Archangel Michael to the rescue. He's coming in with the sword. You know what the sword is? The word.
The word.
The sword to protect you. The word, right? That's what's happening. Okay? So we love you guys so much. Y'all know what time it is. Coffee and breakfast time. We gotta go eat. We gotta go eat. Y'all know we got to get off this live and go eat after this good old word with our good old people. We love you guys so much. If you're not already, make sure you follow us on YouTube. We're Elemental Beings Divine News. All praise to the Most High. Ashe to the ancestors. Thank you guys for all of your support, all of your gifts, your donations. We appreciate you. It's how it helps the channel grow. The Cash App is Elemental $ Elemental Beans 23. Y'all know we like coffee, so if you want to support that, don't ask for too much, right? We love you guys so much.
See y'all later.
God bless you, and we'll be back this afternoon with your afternoon show, all right? Go get some stuff together for y'all.